You know what happened? They took off their pins. Herzog took off his pin. So that's it. The psyop, the manipulation of the people is over. Now we'll come up with a new way to manipulate people. Of course, many of us hated those pins because it basically said, we are going to fight this war, sacrifice lives in order to get back just a handful of lives or corpses, which is terrible. The fact that they convinced many Jews that that's a Jewish value to save a corpse is terrible. Well,
it's Eretz Israel anyway. He's buried, maybe not al pi halakha, but he's buried.
It says, it's more proper to do this. What does it say about Elisha? What was the last miracle Elisha did?
Oh, out of his grave already.
What did Elisha do? He resurrected a man, right?
Yeah, he didn't want this guy to lie next to him, so he gave him another 5 seconds to walk away.
No, hold on. What happened? Elisha died and they buried him. There were bands of Moabite marauders coming into the land, harassing Jewish people. So Jews were burying a man. They ran for their lives. They're going to give him a proper funeral. But what are you going to do? They're being attacked by the malicious, barbaric anti-Semites. So what happened? They left the dead guy. Gotta go. Actually, gotta go. By the way, what does it teach us? Jewish thing. The only reason why we bury the dead and treat them nicely is kvod ha'chaim. But the chayim, the living people, come before the dead. To save their lives, they had to leave this guy. Yes, it's not proper. It's nivul ames even. Vayashlichu. They just tossed him. We got to get out of here. That's the proper Jewish reaction. You are not allowed to risk a single Jewish life to save a corpse. But then again, don't let that, the manipulation stop you. So what does it say that they did? And that's what happened. Contact with Elisha brought this guy back to life. Yeah, you brought the members that are only enough to move away from Elisha. But the point is that the way everybody else reacted was a healthy Jewish way. You got to save your life, and even if it's the remains of an important individual, it does not take precedence over your own life. You do not endanger your life to save a dead person, or so-called save. He doesn't need saving. He's dead. And
also buried already.
Yeah. So this is a manipulative idea. So they said, take off the ribbon for the hostages, thank God, and they put on the Beis HaMikdash pin, the golden Beis HaMikdash pin. Now let's go for this. Now I'm all for that, but I told someone, first you need, and now we will take it, Ben Gvir's noose pin. You have to do Mechias Amalek. The noose says you have to kill all the bad guys. Ana Chotef Acharon, not the Chatuf Acharon, the last captive. The Chotef are the people who take the captors. Okay? You have to kill all of them first. First get rid of them, and then we can move on to the Beis HaMikdash. How do I know this? Because the mitzvah says so. First is Mechias Amalek, and then Binyan Beis HaMikdash. And by the way, if you try to do Binyan Beis HaMikdash without getting rid of those who are going to try to kill you, you will lose. So I'm all for changing the pin. I think that you shouldn't have been wearing the yellow ribbon. Thank God they're going to go away. That's over. Yes, the Beis HaMikdash is a goal. But first, Mechias Amalek. Put on the noose. Okay? That's what you need. Do we believe in using a noose, by the way? No, nonsense. You don't execute...
But the noose of strangulation, it's not a noose.
No, Goyim are to be killed by the sword.
Not Davka.
No, I'm telling you, Dafka. Either through war, if they're enemy combatants, they're killed by the sword.
Yeah, exactly.
If they're convicted of a crime because they're B'nai Noach, it's also Psyop. There's no chenek for B'nai Noach. Yes. Okay, look it up. The point is that, by the way, what's going to happen in Gaza?
By our Sanhedrin or by theirs?
Theirs. No.
Doesn't matter.
Their Batei Din can only punish with Psyop. So here's what goes on. That whole talk about how to punish the Nuchbot and bring them to court is ridiculous. That's not justice. They're enemy combatants. They're just supposed to be summarily. They weren't supposed to be taken prisoner. They don't deserve trial.
According to international law.
Yeah, I don't care about international law. It's the Torah law. People forget that. Well, what is this over here? What's to be done with Gaza? Justice. Justice says that Gaza should be given to the Jewish people. That's what should be. The justice has not yet been done. And also, just tactically thinking. Am Yisrael needs to hold on to that land. It cannot be given to any foreign hostile actor. It belongs to the Jewish people. That's what God wants. So it's a great miscarriage of justice to not make this happen.